And here is Sousou painted. Again, pretty nice. The forehead I decided to actually paint it black again because I did that for Souhi, and I thought that Sousou and Souhi should be matching in some way. Except for Souhi, I painted his name character Sou on the forehead in gun metal, and I decided to paint his in gold, just to distinguish between the two. Again, the torso is quite simple, and that's why I actually painted some silver and gold on it, just to make it stand out a little bit more. Again, in this case, other than those, other than the black, everything else is painted in gold or silver. These two are stickers, by the way. Oh, and something I did not show before. There is a stand available with this kit. Basically, that's it, with this piece to allow you to put Sousou in midair. Why you want to do that is another question. Or you can take this off, take this piece, rotate it, and then you put the poly cap back on, and you can put Zetsuen on the stand, and now you have a horse on a stick. Yeah, not quite sure. But very smoothly, we can go on to Zetsuen. Again, now that it's painted, it's no longer just plain black. It has silver mane and silver tail, and red and gold armor to match Sousou. In this case, I did not use any stickers except for the eyes. Everything else is painted on. Pretty nice. I think the Y is actually a pretty good, nice touch, but then again, it's available on all of the horse in Souhi and Jokou. But this set of armors really do set this apart from a standard Souhi and Jokou horse, because to be honest, other than the head and the neck, everything else seems to be more or less standard, except for those armor. Take those armor off and it will look really generic, but this armor does the job really well to make him stand out. Then, now that we have talked about all of the bear form, let's put some armor. And here we go. Here is Sousou fully armed, and here is his sword with the special effect parts that I forgot to mention again before. And all it is a clear piece of plastic with some flame pattern on it. The flame pattern is alright, but the cutout is a bit comical. It doesn't really match to the dramatic flame. Not to mention his special attack, the Dai Guan is supposed to be really dramatic, and this look a bit wimpy basically. It looked like Sousou forgot to have his breakfast, so it's a bit weak. So yeah, let me take that off. Don't think I'll use it often. But the sword is pretty nice. It does feel really dangerous and serrated. By the way, something that I will recommend people who build a Souhi and Jokou when they come to weapon, do try to sharpen the edge. Sharpen the edge or sharpen the tip. it does give it a much better better profile. Some people literally file the edge off, the tip off, put some new plastic on, and then file the whole thing so it's actually longer. Well, in my case, I'm a bit lazy, so I actually shorten the blade by filing it sharp. It's better if you actually extend it, but it's a lot more work. Give this a Sousou. Pretty nice. One thing I did modify is the wings. Before the wings complete in silver, in the box art as well as the original plastic, it doesn't really match the rest of Sousou at all. So I keep the inside silver, but on the back I paint them into a crimson red with gold detail on it, which seems to match it pretty well on the back. The problem is a lot of, well, I'll come back to it later actually. So on the front, it still has that silver wing effect, and you can open it up. For the XX Gundam look. Impressive as always. Or you can take those out and put it on the front to have the cape effect on him. I'm not going to do both sides, I'm going to just show you that's what it's going to look. As you can see, when with the wings with a red background, it looks much more like a cape. And you will think that this is all I will have about Sousou here, but it is not, because Sousou has an Emperor form with the combination of Souhi here and Jokou Serpent. With all three of them together, Sousou can achieve his Emperor form. And here it is, the Emperor form, Gurensou Sousou Gundam. Now this is the Gurensou version. There was actually a standard Emperor form Sousou, and that was before the Brave Battle Warrior anime began. So that one actually counts, and this one actually is a bit of a botch because it's not really official yet. Sousou have not actually achieved an Emperor form in the anime, therefore it did not this is not yet happened. But this is basically based on the idea of how the Emperor form Sousou Gundam appear in the original comic, and therefore in the Gurensou version, this is probably what he's going to look like. The great thing about this one compared to that to the original Emperor Sousou is the amount of gold on him has actually increased, because now this, well, actually not increased, but it seems to be even more prevalent and even more dramatic. The wings, the silver wings on the back is also added to the effect much better than before. The original Emperor form Sousou Gundam doesn't have a lot of wings. It was only the cape extended, and the original cape is quite small. In this case, the cape in the forms of the three pairs of wings are much more dramatic, and it actually expand and make him much wider. Ooh, the gem looks like it's actually glowing. And one thing that is a bit odd, people might ask, is why is this thing hanging there on the back? What is it actually doing? Well, everyone is guessing that this is actually a new piece, a intentional add-on to actually create the third sovereign, the Phoenix. It's not official, so I'm going to show it to you as a photo, and that's it. Not quite sure if it's actually the official form. It looks a bit odd, but then again, it's supposed to be just like a statue of something. It's not supposed to be a moving object. So yeah, that's probably is it. One thing that this loses out or against the original Sousou is that his headpiece is not actually designed to be compatible with anyone else but his. Unlike the original Sousou, where once you take the horn off Souhi can actually take an Sousou original horn to actually wear it. In this case, he can't because it's actually blocking it. It's not really going on. So that's not going to work. And Souhi now looks a bit dumb without a headdress on him, or most of his shoulder, chest armor. Yeah. So yeah, that's about it for Sousou Gundam. I have to recommend him, especially in the set with Zetsuen. Zetsuen is a really nice Sangredan horse, even though I still complain that Sangredan horse is a bit too small for the rider. But compared to this version and the version that comes with the new Celestial armor, I would say actually this version actually offers a lot more stuff, especially if you are collecting Sangredan kit. You will actually end up with a lot of different Celestial armor sets. If that is the case, I would prefer to keep one set and actually have more variety. So that's about it from me. Join me in another review.